Welcome back to 3C Media. It is week 3 of the IHSAA football season. It's time to react and review, recap week 3 of the Indiana high school football season. As it seems hard to believe, but we are a third of the year a third of the way through the season. I'm really tired. I'm jumbling up my words already. But yeah, we have some great games on tap. Right now, watching Chatard and Roncalli. That's 14-7 with 2:47 to go in quarter number 4. That one's coming down to the wire. You've also got Brownsburg and Franklin Central. That one's been good. A couple of surprising blowouts that we've seen with Fishers blowing out Noblesville. Zionsville right now, that insane game we saw last week with Westfield. Zionsville right now taking it to Westfield. We'll get to some more scores in a minute, but right now Chatard with the football across on the Roncalli side of the 50, trying to kind of milk this game away. Right before we hit the go live button, it was an interception by Chatard. Roncalli just kind of threw it up for grabs. The quarterback led his receiver just a little bit too far. And it was intercepted by Chatard. So Chatard, of course, trying to milk this clock away. They're going to be third down and 8. Roncalli using the remainder of their timeouts to try to give themselves a little bit of life here. See if they can't come back and get the win tonight. We'll see what happens. Of course, Roncalli, I believe, won this game last season. Between these two teams, Chatard, their record was really deceiving last year. They were 5-4, but so far so good this year. They believe they've won their first 2 games. Yeah, they have won their first 2 games of the season. So they are looking as good as ever to make another run at a state championship. Chatard, the Roncalli is the number 1 team in 3A at the moment. Roncalli, both teams ranked across the state. Roncalli is where are they ranked at? I thought they were ranked in 4A, or they may not be anymore. Oh no, there they are. They're 6th right now. So number 1 team in 3A, number 6 team in 4A going at it. We've got third down and 7. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. He breaks free. He's going to run. He's got the first down across to about the 25. There is a flag on the field, so that very well could bring that run back, which would be huge. A huge break for Roncalli to try to get this football back if that does indeed get called back. Of course, all signs are pointing that it's going to be against Roncalli, or against Chatard. Yeah, we got a holding call, it looks like, is what the call is going to be. So that means it's going to come back. No, it's from... Holding calls always confuse me, I'm not going to lie. They are going to bring this one... Okay, so it is going to go back to the 49 of Chatard. I'm not sure what it's still going to be third down. So it's going to be third down at about 13, 14 yards. Chatard's going to take a timeout and talk things over. So while they do that, I am going to give you guys the scoreboard of the top 25 here in the state. Right now, number 23, Evansville Memorial. They lead Evansville Central in the third quarter, 49-0. Number 21, Evansville Rights with the 17-0 lead over Jasper. Carmel leads King. Carmel, the number 20 team in Indiana. They lead 39-0. Number 1, Center Grove leads 34-0 over Trinity. Number 15, Fishers, 41-15 leaders over number 16, Noblesville. Number 13, Fort Wayne Schneider and Fort Wayne Lutheran. I don't know why I read that one because that one doesn't have a score next to it on Max Preps. Number 11, Lutheran leads Triton Central. It's not necessarily surprising that Lutheran is winning. It is surprising by how much. 28-6 is the lead there. Number 12, Lawrence North with the 21-3 lead over number 19, Lawrence Central. Number 24, Valparaiso with a 35-0 lead over LaPorte. Crown Point leads Maryville, number 10 versus number 18. That's 20-0. And number 7, Westfield actually has taken the lead over Zionsville, 28-27. As on 3rd and 15, it's going to be a handoff for Chatard. They're going to get stopped short, and the clock's going to move, but they're going to have to punt. Did Northwood win? Let me see if I can find that one. They were playing Concord tonight. Let's go to 4A. Ooh, yes. Number 9, Northwood in 4A. They lead 45-14 in the fourth quarter over Concord. So they are in good shape. So yeah, it's going to be a timeout for Chatard. They're going to punt it away. Less than 2 minutes to go. Dude, you put on a great show. Tons of info. Your passion is obvious. Thank you. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you hanging out. Yeah, we try to bring it every single week. Give you guys some scores. Just chats about some football. So I'm glad you guys enjoy it. Thanks again for hanging out. It's been a great season so far. A lot of great action. And hey, maybe once this one gets over, we'll flip back over to Westfield again for the second time in a row, because that one was wild last week. Looking at some other scores, Brownsburg pulling away from Franklin Central now, 35-21. That's with 3:24 to go in the fourth quarter. As Brownsburg about at midfield, they're going to get the handoff. And a good run there across the Franklin 40-yard line. So they're moving the ball pretty well. Brownsburg looks like they're going to work their way to another win. As on 4th and 10, Chatard's going to punt this one away. So Roncalli's going to get the football back. Punt lands at about the 13. It goes to the 10 where it's going to be down. So it's going to be a 90-yard field in front of the Roncalli Royals with 1:34 to play to try to tie this ball game. Roncalli led at 1 point 7-0, but it's been all Chatard since then. And we'll see if they can find some of the magic they had on that original drive. Going back to some of the scores around the top 25, number 4, Hamilton Southeastern with the 42-16 lead over Avon. Cathedral leads, number 5, Cathedral leads number 17, Penn, 35-6. Number 22, Bloomington South leads Terre Haute North Vigo, 59-0. And number 6, East Central leads Archbishop Muller, 31-14. Also, Carroll tonight beats Fort Wayne Southside, 36-0. So there's some scores around the top 25 in the state of Indiana. Oh, also number 2, Ben Davis wins over Pike, 62-0. Second down and 10. First play of the drive was an incomplete pass. This pass is going to be a short little dump pass over to number 85 for the Royals. He gets up to around the first down marker. That's surprising that they gave him a first down there, because it did not look like he was there. He looked like he was going to be potentially a yard short, but nevertheless gets the first down. And okay, never mind. He did get it. It was just the weird kind of where he went down looked like it was behind where the yard marker was, but no, he got up to the 21. So that is a first down. As now Roncalli's, everything's kind of slowed up here. First down and 10, minute 18 to play. Here's the snap for Roncalli. It's going to be a short pass again over to the sideline. It's going to be another first down. So far, so good for Roncalli. They've been doing these short little passes, but at some point you got to wonder if they're going to have to take some more chances. As the clock winds down on Brownsburg and Franklin Central, 28 seconds to go. There's the knee, and this one will go final with Brownsburg improving to 3-0 over Franklin Central. They get the 35-21 win. Second down and 10, a minute 13 to go for Roncalli. Here's the snap. It's going to be another short throw. This one gets only about 5 yards. And we're going to get a spike with about 1:06 to play. Although, I mean, the clock should have been running before it was. The clock operators sometimes are not on it, which is fine. These are all people that, I mean, I worked as a PA announcer when I was in high school. I know all about, they just kind of, get whoever kind of volunteers for it. So I'm not trying to be like a jerk. I'm just saying sometimes you can't really trust what you see there at the bottom of the screen. 2nd down and 10. Here's the snap for Roncalli. Quarterback rolls out. He's going to throw it to a receiver who's double covered. It's going to be incomplete. So Brownsburg, that game is finally over. Let's see if we can find... I want to see if I can find Zionsville and Westfield. Let's see if I can get that one. Here's a short pass nearly intercepted. Number 22 from Chatard is kicking himself because that pass was in his chest, in his numbers. And if he comes up with it, that's a game-winning pick, or a game-clinching pick 6. Went right through his hands. That's insane. He's kicking himself out after that one. So 4th and 10, this is the last gasp for the Royals. Here's the snap. Throw is going to one-hop the receiver, and Chatard is going to hang on and win. That will do it. The Chatard defense reigns supreme. They allowed a touchdown early in this game, but from that point on, it was all Chatard, and they're going to improve to 3-0. The defense was stifling all night. For Chatard and Roncalli. I believe that's going to be Roncalli's first. No, it's going to be their second loss. So Roncalli's going to go down to 1-2 as they have lost 2 in a row now. Still seeing if I can't find Westfield. I could probably just search Westfield, but that's too easy, Why do it the easy way when you can do it the hard way, So, Chatard is going to win this game. Clock strikes 0 on this one. A fantastic defensive effort shown by Chatard. Hey, I mean, they were on the short list for the 3C Media. They were on the short list for the defense for the All 3C Media team. They have been absolutely lights out. Looking at kind of where they stack up across the state, looking at the statistics there, and see if I can't find them on here. Chatard, I don't know. They're not on there. Is where I thought they would be, but still, their defense, one of the best. Go Hoosiers, baby. I mean, tomorrow will be rough, but maybe they can hang in there. You never know. We'll see what they can do. Hopefully they get their season, at least hopefully they figure out a little bit of, about what they've got in the tank. All right, let's see if we can't find Westfield. I've clicked this way too much. Westfield. So I don't think I can see this. Yeah, that's all. Okay. So we have no Westfield game, which is a little sad. All right, so on that note, let's go ahead and get some scores, see if we can find a game to lock in on here. So looking at some other scores around the state here. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to do this. Okay. Max Preps is not kind sometimes. Come on. Give me what I want. All right. I mean, maybe I clicked Illinois, but I'm pretty sure I clicked Indiana. Okay, here we go. Looking at the scores for the 6A top 25. Center Grove gets the win over Trinity, 34-7. We've got Franklin and Perry Meridian. They're tied at 20 in the fourth quarter. You've got Warsaw with the 41-7 win over Plymouth. Carmel beats King 39-0. Lawrence North leads Lawrence Central 21-3. That's at halftime. Crown Point with the 20-0 lead over Merrillville. That's also at halftime. Again, last time we saw in the fourth quarter, it was Westfield with a 1-point lead over Zionsville. They were trailing at 1 point. Now they lead 28-27. Carroll defeats Fort Wayne Southside 36-0. Cathedral beats Penn 35-6. Hamilton Southeastern beats Avon 42-23. Ben Davis all over Pike 62-0. Brownsburg beats Franklin Central 35-21. Columbus North over Southport 35-0. And in the fourth quarter, it is Homestead over Fort Wayne 27-10. In 5A, let's look at and see what they have cooking. Evansville North with the 37-12 lead over Evansville Harrison. Castle leads Evansville Bossy 21-14. Northwood beats Concord 45-14. McCutcheon 20-0 leaders over Muncie Central. We've got Northridge falling to Mishawaka 37-10 or 37-16. We've got Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger leading Fort Wayne North 21-12. Bloomington North leads Terre Haute South 32-28. Seymour leading Columbus East beats Columbus East 41-26. Harrison beats Marion 35-7. Whiteland leading Decatur Central 24-7. Valparaiso leading LaPorte 35-0. Plainfield with the 31-7 lead over Mooresville. Crown Point, like I said, 20-0 over Maryville. You've got Floyd Central beating Silver Creek 56-28. Bloomington South beats Terre Haute North Vigo 59-0. Or sorry, that's at halftime. Michigan City over Chesterton 14-0. And Hobart over Munster 35-7. So a lot of blowouts tonight, at least from those two classes at the top of the scale. Which, I mean, you'll get that. It happens. Trying to see what other games we can find here to kind of hone in on. We do have Dwenger and Northside. That looks like it's kind of intriguing. Yeah, Dwenger 21-12. Looks like North has the football on 4th down. We'll see what they're going to do there. Not sure how much time there is left. It's not indicated on the bottom of the screen here. But might be a good ending to that one. Looks like North is going to punt. So it can't be late, because this would be 4-down territory if it were late. Although I guess it is a 9-point game. Okay, so it looks like this one's going to get kind of wrapped up here. Other scores in 4A. You've got number 4 Kokomo over Logansport, 49-8. Evansville Rights over Jasper, 17-7. We mentioned, of course, Chatard over Roncalli, 14-7. Columbia City all over Belmont, 43-0. Greenfield Central with the 41-28 lead over Mount Vernon. Columbia City over Belmont, 43-0. Crispus Attucks leading Tinley, 36-16. Brebeuf over Mishawaka Marion, 37-17. Bedford North Lawrence over Jeffersonville, 49-20. New Pal over Yorktown, 27-15. Wawasee over Goshen, 34-21. Park Tudor and Indianapolis Shortridge are tied at 38. That's in the third quarter. Connorsville and Greensburg. Connorsville with the 13-7 lead there. Mississinawa beating Madison Grant 48-22. Harrison, of course, beats Marion 35-7. And Anderson and Richmond. That one's a dogfight, 6-3 in the fourth quarter. Let's see if we can find that one. That one or the Park Tudor game would be a nice one to find. As Dwenger puts the finishing touches on that win. Let's see if we can find either of those games, because those would be good ones to find. As Dwenger puts the finishing touches on their game, they're going to win. Yeah, quite a few lopsided games. New Pal and Yorktown. We could check in on that one since that one's winding down. Oh, okay, login required. Never mind. Just kidding. Just kidding. I don't need to see that game. It's like, just kidding. I don't need to log in. If I have to log in, I don't want to watch it. Let's see, Fishers and Noblesville. That one was pretty lopsided. Evansville Memorial. If not, we'll flip on East Central and kind of wind out watching that one. Just to watch that offense at work, because that offense is pretty good. Or at least finish going through some of the scores here. Yeah, now we're into volleyball, so I don't think we have... Yeah. Okay, so we're not going to be able to watch Park Tudor or Richmond and Anderson, which is kind of disappointing. So let's see. Let's just put on East Central, see what they're doing, and then we'll go through some other scores here. Got Tri-West beats Frankfurt 56-0. New Albany leading Jennings County 41-20. As in the fourth quarter, it's 31-21 East Central over Moeller. Cascade beats Edgewood 63-2. Northview beats Sullivan 46-13. As the ball's going to be... Oh, look at that. This offense for East Central so good. Big run here. It looked like it was going to go to Ringer. Handoff actually does go to Ringer, who then hands off to number 36. He finds a hole, and that great offensive line asserts their will, breaks a big lane for the run. Goes all the way across the 50 to the 35 to the 30, and just like that, East Central's in prime scoring position. What a play. As one more score will pretty much put this one out of reach. As here's the snap. It's going to be another run up the gut. I think that's 36 again. No, it's not. It's somebody else for East Central, but still. Second down and 1. Here's the snap. That one goes to Ringer. It's going to be a short little plunge up the middle, but it's going to be a first down. That big run earlier was number 36. That's Peyton Fleming. Or sorry, no, it's got to be Peyton Fleming. Jay County, or is this the top 25? I don't think this is the top. No, it's not the top 25 only, which is fine. We can read other scores that aren't the top 25. I just like to kind of keep it at the top 25, or else we'd be here all night reading scores. First down and 10. Here's the snap. It's going to go to Ringer. I think Ringer might get a touchdown here. He's around the edge. He's going to dive for the pylon. Touchdown, East Central. Josh Ringer, you are an absolute animal. Gets around the corner, got the handoff, and just makes a beeline right for the pylon, dives across, and just a quick strike. 3, just... Sorry about that. Don't know why the live had a little stutter there. But yeah, a 5-play drive from East Central, just showing how quickly they can strike. I mean, the big handoff to Fleming. The big-time play there. And then the big touchdown run to cap it off by Josh Ringer. Let's see, how many is that tonight for Josh Ringer? It's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. 3rd rushing touchdown. I know he had like 3 or 4 last week, so I mean he's up to like 13 already on the season, which is pretty incredible. We're only a third of the way through the year. Monrovia recap. You got it. Let's see where Monrovia stacks up here. Where are they at here? There they are. They had Linton Stockton tonight. And it's tied between them and Linton Stockton in the fourth quarter. They're tied at 14. Let me see if I can't find that game somewhere. Because I thought I saw Linton Stockton somewhere. Hey, Monrovia was my dark horse going into the year for Class 3A. The run they made last year through the postseason was pretty incredible. Anytime you can go into the postseason, you're playing with house money when you're going in like they did last year. Yeah, there they are. Let's see. It says it's still live, if that game's still going on. Because sometimes the scores won't really be caught up on Max Preps. Oh, we're tied at 14 with 26 seconds left. Okay, we've got a game to kind of keep track of here. Of course, Linton Stockton they were my storyline going into the year, because Linton Stockton has just run into the buzzsaw that is Evansville Mater Dei the last 2 years in 2A. Yeah, it looks like we're going to run this clock out. It looks like we might be going to a little overtime action between Linton Stockton and Monrovia. Three seconds left, so we're going to be going to overtime here. Check out that conference, all won sectionals basically last year. Indiana Crossroads Conference. Yeah, you got Lutheran, you got Cecina, you got Monrovia, you got Triton Central, you've got a heck of a conference there. You're absolutely right. Lutheran with a casual 32-game winning streak. But yeah, Monrovia, the run they made last year was just insane. And man, they've started the season with authority too, 50-15 over Indianapolis Ritter week 1, and then beat Phelan Academy 65-0. So off to a little bit of a good start. So yeah, it looks like we're going to overtime between Linton Stockton and Monrovia. All right, so it's tied at 14. There's 3 seconds left. Surely we're just going to go for over. I guess you can do something crazy. Triton, what's the score for Triton Central Lutheran? Last time I checked, it was 28-6 Lutheran. Which, that's Jay Stuckey and Jackson Willis going head-to-head in that one. A couple of the top quarterbacks in Indiana going head-to-head there. Greenfield Central putting it up on Mount Vernon. Greenfield Central has put up some big numbers to start the year. And I know we can probably get into, who have they played, all that kind of stuff. But, you start out the year 49-0 over Madison. You then follow that up against Greensburg 57-0. Now, granted, Madison's 0-2 and have lost 2 big games. You've got Greensburg, who's also 0-2, been blown out in both games. But it's one of those things where you still got to. It's still impressive. Winning 59 to, because I mean you see plenty of teams every year who like play those types of opponents that may be in kind of a rebuild, kind of a weaker point, and they win, they just kind of get in and get out, win like 14, 21, 28 to nothing, but to go out there and put that kind of a number up consistently is pretty awesome. As Monrovia is going to run right up the middle. They get about 7-ish yards, but that will bring us to the end of regulation, and we are in store for some overtime between Monrovia and Linton Stockton. I think this will be the first time Greenfield Central will win the county. Considering New Pal isn't what they were. Yeah, that has definitely opened the door for them for sure. New Pal not having our guy Danny Dimes, Daniel Tippett, friend of the program, friend of the channel. That definitely is gonna leave the door open wide. For them to kind of come through, and hey. They'll have that opportunity September 22nd at home against New Pal, so that'll be a pretty big game. So yeah, if they finish things off, let's see, what is the score there? I know it was like a big number, but I can't remember the score right off the top of my head. Yeah, 41 to 35. Is the last score update I have from that one. See, the TV crew for Monrovia has this right. They have or maybe this is the Linton Stockton. Yeah, I think this is the Linton Stockton broadcast. Yeah, sorry, Raider Media, home of the Miners, for calling you the Monrovia broadcast crew. They've got a still shot on the scoreboard, and it's kind of just in the bottom left hand. So, look, it's cool to have those fancy score bugs. We all love them. But when they're not really working or they're not really telling you what the score or the time is, kind of defeats the purpose. Touchdown number 4 of the night for Josh Ringer. Oh, wait, no, that was the same touchdown we saw earlier. I thought we were going to get some stats. They're talking about the numbers, the number of viewers. As a current player for NIU, it's nice to hear about updates in the IHSAA when I can't watch things. Hey, no problem. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do each and every week. Just kind of sit down, run through the scores from the night, and get everybody up to speed, kind of break everything down. So yeah, glad you're enjoying it. Glad you're tuning in. We don't care. Yeah, they're giving a bunch of they're like, hey, this is how well our Facebook page is doing. All right, that's awesome. Let's get to the action. I wanted some stats, and they're like, well, here are the stats about how many people have liked our Facebook page. I need to stop this. I feel like every week I'm saying something negative about these like volunteer broadcast crews, essentially. So Martinsville versus Greenwood. Let's see what that score is. All right. So it looks like Monrovia will have the ball first. So, first snap of overtime for Monrovia. It's going to be kind of a plunge right up the middle, a couple of yards there, so nothing really too crazy to start overtime there. Greenwood beats Martinsville 43-28. That's the score there. So, 2nd down and 6 in the overtime. Snap, handoff, a run right up the gut. I think he's going to be a little short, or do they give it to him? I think he's down at like the half-inch yard line. Oh, now they're giving him the touchdown. Wow. Okay, it looked like he came down just a little bit short of the goal line. But nevertheless, they give him the touchdown, so Monrovia strikes first in the overtime. We love you, man. Don't listen to the haters. Hey, I mean, haven't been really any haters tonight, thankfully. But thanks, you. I appreciate that. We're going to get a false start here on the 2-point try. Or is that... No, it's going to end up being an offside on Linton Stockton. So that'll put the ball even closer. So here's the snap on the 2-point try. It's a fumbled snap, but the quarterback plunges up anyway into the end zone. Dives forward. They say he didn't get it. I feel like he was closer on that one than the run that was the touchdown. So they're going to say he did not get there. So it's going to be 20-14. Linton Stockton will get the football. Score ties it. And if they can get anything on the conversion, whether it be an extra point or a 2-point conversion, they will win this football game. Here's the snap. It's going to be a handoff. Nice run there across the 5 to about the 3 for Linton Stockton. So the Miners are right on the doorstep. Second down from the 3-yard line. Here's the snap. It's going to be a handoff, and he gets really close. Does he give that second effort? Does he get in? He does, and we've got a tie game between Linton Stockton and Monrovia. So for the second week in a row, we saw Westfield win on a 2-point try last week to beat Lawrence Central, and for the second week in a row, we could see a walk-off 2-point conversion to win the game in overtime. Here on our recap and reaction. So here we go. All tied up at 20. 2-point conversion here, and we're going to get a timeout for Monrovia. And really, I mean, this is the position you want to be in if you're Linton Stockton, because if you're Linton Stockton, you're like, well, we're just going to go with whatever we're confident in. If we feel like we've got a good formation or a good play that we can run against Monrovia to get the 2-point conversion, then that's what we're going to go with. If we feel confident in our kicker, we'll kick the extra point, and it's literally no harm, no foul, because you're tied up right now after Monrovia missed the 2-point conversion. So it's just basically whatever you feel more comfortable with, that's what you go with, and it's pretty easy decision there. It's not as if you're like, well, we're going to try to be gutsy and do a 2-point conversion when you're down by 1 after the touchdown. They're just in kind of the best position they could be in. So here we go. Two-point conversion coming. Linton Stockton and Monrovia tied at 20. Here's the snap. It's a handoff, and did he get there? I don't think he did. He did not get in. Monrovia makes the stop, and we're headed to double overtime. So we're going to double overtime, tied at 20 between Monrovia and Linton Stockton. Get you some other scores now as well as we kind of take a little break here between the overtimes. In 4A, you've got Heritage Hills beating Boonsville 31-14. Pendleton Heights over Newcastle 40-0. New Haven over DeKalb 48-28. Mississinawa over Madison Grant 48-22. We've got Greenfield Central does win that game 41-35. They lock that one up. Brebeuf over Mishawaka Marion 44-31. And let's see, we got Northview over Sullivan 46-13. East Central's game is finally over. They beat Archbishop Moeller 38-28. New Prairie over Lowell 48-6. And Hobart over Munster 35-7. At 3A, you've got Vincennes Lincoln over Evansville Mater Dei 28-12. New Pal over Yorktown 30-22. Trier West over Frankfort 56-0. North Montgomery with the 28-14 win over Southmont. Lawrenceburg beats Milan 28-21. Churubusco falls to Garrett 27-0. As Linton Stockton lines up here. First down of the second overtime, as this one's going to be a handoff. A solid run to about the 5-yard line. Cairn Catholic gets the 31-7 win over Heritage Christian. West Lafayette leading Tipton 19-0. Peru over Lewis Cass 41-14. I don't think I put on the top 25. I did not. That's fine. Here we go. Second down. It's going to be another handoff, and this one's going to be a touchdown, Linton Stockton Miners. A great run, great blocking, as the running back there just followed his blockers right up the middle of the field. Miners get into the end zone for the touchdown, and it's now 26-20. And it looks like they're going to go for 2 again. Here's the snap. It's going to be a quarterback keeper, and he didn't get in again. This Monrovia defense has been relentless, at least on those 2-point tries, as Linton Stockton gets stopped right in their tracks. And Monrovia now will have an opportunity to not only tie this game, but potentially win this game. That was a good stop, a pair of great stops from Monrovia on their 2-point tries. So here come the Bulldogs here in overtime. Here's the snap, handoff, and not much going on that play, as it'll be a minimal gain, maybe 1 or 2 yards. Here's the snap. Here is the handoff. That one goes to maybe the 5-yard line, but it'll be 3rd down and 5 as this Linton Stockton defense now showing up a little bit tougher. Third down, snap, handoff, and maybe another yard or 2, but it'll all come down to this. 4th down and about 3 for Monrovia. They need to score to tie this game up. Fourth down and 3. Monrovia trailing 26-20 against Linton Stockton. In double overtime, they try the hard count, and then they're going to call a timeout here. Linton Stockton showing a lot of resiliency here in this second overtime because, to their credit, both teams in the first overtime period, their offense were able to score pretty much with ease. But the defense for Linton Stockton has really come to play here in this second overtime. As in the first overtime, Monrovia kind of just, on a couple of plays were able to score. Whereas in this overtime, except for the one run that took them, I think, from like the 9 to the 5, it was really, they've really been able to stop Monrovia from running the football. These are two teams that pride themselves on being able to run the football, and it's likely what we're going to see here. And it's kind of interesting to think about what they could potentially do because, you're a team that primarily runs the football. You're good at running the football, but now you're in a position where, okay, we have to do something to get into the end zone, and we haven't done really anything running the football in this particular set of downs. What do we do? Well, we're going to get the answer to that question. 4th down and 3. Last chance for Monrovia. Here's the snap, handoff. Did he get in? Can't really see. And it is a touchdown for Monrovia. They're going to tie this game up. Just a handoff, And just kind of like the Linton Stockton runner, following his blockers right up the gut and scoring. And they're going to go for the extra point here. So this game will come down to the leg of the Monrovia kicker. Let's see, that's number 87. That's Emory Newland. Belcher or Kendall? I honestly don't know. I didn't see who got the handoff, really, because where the camera is, everything kind of plunged to the middle like a scrum. But, yeah, just basically went right up the gut into the end zone and scored. The kicker is a girl. Stud. All right. Well, let's see what she's got. So here we go. Snap, ball down, kick on its way, and it is good. Monrovia wins this football game in double overtime on the leg of Emory Newland. 27-26, the final. And no doubt about that kick. You're absolutely right. You did tell me, because that one was right down the pipes, right through the middle, and Monrovia scores the victory in double overtime, 27-26. What a game. A slugfest between these two teams. Monrovia comes away with the win. And for the second week in a row, we've seen a great overtime. A great game come down to overtime. Come down to some great plays. Thanks again. No problem. Yeah, that was great. I'm glad you came through and suggested that, or at least wanted the score to that game, because without that, I don't know. It was kind of tough finding marquee games tonight. So, games to kind of, tune into after some of the earlier games were wrapping up. But that was really great. Big win. It is a big win. I mean, these are two teams, that, like I said, we talked a lot about Linton Stockton in our preview show over on the YouTube channel, being a dark horse, and let's see what they can do. Monrovia was my dark horse going into the season. Wasn't sure, they made that deep run last season in the tournament, so, never know what you're going to see. These are two teams that definitely can make deep runs come, late October, early November. But yeah, great, fantastic game. So with that, we're going to go back to the scoreboard and wrap up tonight. Give you some scores to part on. Another fun night of football here. All right, let's go down the list here. We'll start back at 6A. One final time. Final scores in 6A. You have number 1, Center Grove, with the 34-7 win over Trinity. Number 22, Perry Meridian, falling to Franklin Community, 26-20. You've got number 18, Warsaw, with the 41-7 win over Plymouth. Fishers all over Noblesville, 48-22. Number 15, Carmel over King, 39-0. Lawrence North leading Lawrence Central, 28-18. Number 8, Crown Point over Merrillville, 20-0. Number 6, Westfield with a comeback win. They beat Zionsville 28-27. Number 7, Carroll with the 36-0 win over Fort Wayne Southside. Cathedral, the number 5 team in 6A, they beat Penn. They have a big bounce back win after losing to Brownsburg last week. They win 35-6. Number 4, Hamilton Southeastern beating number 19 Avon 42-23. Number 2 Ben Davis, wins 62-0 over number 25 Pike. Number 3, Brownsburg over number 10 Franklin Central 35-21. Number 24, Homestead beats Fort Wayne 41-10. And number 23, Columbus North beats Southport 35-6. In 5A, number 10, Evansville North beats Evansville Harrison 52-12. Number 9, Castle over Evansville Bossy 21-14. Northwood beats Concord 45-14. Number 15, Mishawaka over Northridge 37-16. We've got number 12, Bloomington North 39-28 winners over Terre Haute South Vigo. Number 16, Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger. They beat number 13, Fort Wayne Northside, 21-12. Number 24, Seymour beats Columbus East, 41-26. Number 1, Fort Wayne Snyder, all over Fort Wayne Concordia, 52-6. Number 7, Harrison beats Marion, 35-7. Number 5, Plainsfield beats Mooresville, 31-15. Number 4, Valpo beats LaPorte, 49-0. Number 22, Floyd Central beats Silver Creek, 56-28. And that is all from, one more. Number 3, Bloomington South beats Terre Haute North Vigo 66-0. 4A. We've got number 2, Evansville Wrights beating number 13, Jasper 24-7. We've got number 19, Pendleton Heights beating Newcastle 40-0. Number 16, New Haven beats DeKalb 48-28. Number 23, Mississinawa beats Madison Grant 48-22. Number 24, Martinsville falls to Greenwood 43-28. Number 14, Columbia City beats Belmont 49-0. Number 11, Northridge falls to Mishawaka 37-16. Number 7, New Powell beats Yorktown 30-22. Number 10, Greenfield Central beats number 8, Mount Vernon 41-35. Number 6, Brebeuf beats Mishawaka Marion 44-31. Bishop Chatard beats number 5, Roncalli 14-7. Number 4, Kokomo beats Logansport 49-8. Number 22, Northview beats Sullivan 46-13. And number 1, East Central beats Archbishop Moeller 38-28. At 3A, in the top 25, let's click onto there here. We've got number 22, Danville, beating Lebanon 28-26. Number 23, Heritage, beating Woodland 26-0. Number 18, Batesville, beats South Dearborn 20-14. Lafayette Central Catholic falls to number 15, Hamilton Heights, 15-0. Number 16, Speedway leads Beech Grove 45-0. Number 24, North Montgomery beats Southmont 28-14. Indian Creek beats number 25, Owen Valley 38-0. Number 10, Oak Hill beating Eastbrook 36-6. Number 4, Tri-West beats Frankfort 56-0. Number 3, Lawrenceburg beats Milan 28-21. Number 2, Garin Catholic beats Heritage Christian 31-7. Number 12, Delta beating Shelbyville 21-14. At 2A, we've got Lutheran beating number 1, Triton Central 43-13. Peru over Lewis Cass 41-14. Eastern Hancock, the 17th team in 2A losing to Centerville 22-21. Number 18 Rochester over Whitko 42-0. Number 16 Northeastern beating Winchester 19-7. Number 14 Bluffton beats South Adams 41-6. North Montgomery beats number 13 Southmont 28-14. Number 11 Eastside falls to West Noble 41-17. Number 10 Cascade beats Edgewood 63-2. Sullivan falls to Northview 46-13. Covenant Christian falls to number 3 Indianapolis Scecina 36-22. Number 23 Paoli beats Springs Valley 42-18. And number 4 LaVille beats Pioneer 29-13. And finally, 1A, we've got Southwood over North Miami 39-6. Number 24 Clinton Prairie over Clinton Central 48-6. Number 13 Tri 75-12 over Cambridge City Lincoln. Number 9 North Decatur over Monroe Central 41-6. Number 6 Carroll beating Taylor 62-7. Number 4 South Putnam beating North Putnam 28-6. Mechanicawa beating number 25 Northfield 20-13. Number 2 Adams Central beating Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian 54-10. And then, of course, like I said one more time, that score popping up, LaVille over Pioneer 29-13. So those are the scores around the state of Indiana. Those are the top 25 from every class in Indiana. What a fun night! We saw the end of that Chatard Roncalli game. That was a lot of fun. The defense for Chatard is absolutely nuts. Got to take a live look in at East Central, watched that great drive that they had to kind of pull away from Archbishop Moeller. Josh Ringer is an absolute beast. And then, of course, the 2 overtime thriller between Linton Stockton and Monrovia coming down to the leg of Emery Newland. She knocks it through to win the game for Monrovia. So a great night of football yet again. Glad you guys all hung out. If you missed anything tonight, this live will go up on YouTube on Sunday. So 3C Media on YouTube. Go ahead, go check that one out. We've got content coming out the next 3 days. Tomorrow, we've got a breakdown of the Indianapolis Colts schedule. We'll be going game by game, telling you where the Colts are going to win, where they're going to lose, how we think the season is going to shake out for them. Then on Sunday, like I said, this video will come out. If you missed it in any capacity, you can catch up with us over there. And then on Monday, we'll have our NFL tier list, how we think all of these teams will shake out. Or all the NFL teams will shake out over the course of the year. And, of course, we'll be live again next Friday right here on TikTok for, yet again, another recap, reaction show, that kind of thing. So, again, thank you guys all for hanging out. Make sure you're locked in at 3C Media Sports on Twitter. Like us on Facebook, 3C Media. If you're over on the TikTok channel, go show love to the YouTube, 3C Media over there. If you're watching this on YouTube, go shout us out on the TikTok where you can watch these reactions live on Friday night. And remember, you can listen to the Crash Course Podcast every week on Apple Podcast, Spotify, wherever podcasts can be heard. You can hear the Crash Course Podcast. That comes out every week. We actually don't come out this week, so I guess I just lied to you. I'm sorry. We have a show pretty much every week that you guys can tune into. This past week was our NFL preview. We are taking kind of one last week off. We're going to release our tier list on Monday, and then we'll be back the following week to give a recap of the Colts' first game and kind of get into all that. So, again, thank you guys all for hanging out tonight. It was a lot of fun, and we will be back for Week 4, which will be almost the halfway point of this high school football season. Doesn't quite seem like it should be that far into the year, but it is, and we've seen a lot of great football already, so can't wait to see what Week 4 has in store. We're also going to have our 3C Media Player of the Week coming out this week as well. So a lot of great content on tap for you guys this week. I hope you guys will tune in, but until then, see you guys all next time.